Welcome back to Kevin's Cocktail Minute. I'm your host, Kevin Postapek. Today we have a really refreshing, delicious cocktail that has a really rich, delicious peach flavor to it. But before we get into the drink, I've been asked by people, where do I come up with the names of my drinks? I've had some strange ones like the assassination of Trotsky and Naked Twister at the All England Tennis Club. Until recently I've had a high-priced name consultant on the payroll, and that was breaking me, and we kind of came to a meeting, a dissolving of the minds recently on this drink, in fact. This drink has peach in it, peach blossoms, and bitter almond taste as well. So she thought it should be called cyanide. But I thought that was like the worst drink name, so I fired her. This drink is called Everything's Just Peachy. And we're going to start by this amazing new gin that I just discovered. It's called Aviation. It's from Portland, Oregon, and it's made in the new trend of gins. It's getting away from juniper forward, like the London dry gins that have been around for centuries. This is the new wave in gin. It's very botanical. There's lots of different herbs and different scents that are not juniper at all. And this particular one is one of my new favorites. And look at that bottle. Is that the coolest bottle? It looks like it's from 1930. It's this Art Deco bottle, has an old airplane on there with a propeller. It's really delicious. It goes well in martinis too, which is like the litmus test for a good gin. So we're going to start off with our ice shaker and 1.5 parts of Aviation gin made in Portland, Oregon. Now the next ingredient, well, I gotta confess, this whole drink came about when I was in the liquor store about a month ago, and I saw this on the shelf, and Pellini Peachello White Peach Liqueur. And I thought, wow, I gotta try that. This is pretty cool. There's this guy, Virgilio Pellini. He lives in Italy, and he loves his white peaches, and they're all over the place. And he loves them so much that his wife preserved them in alcohol so he could have them all year round. And then when he was finished, there would be this jar with this peach-infused alcohol that became the basis for this peach liqueur. So this is 1 part of Pellini Peachello White Peach Liqueur. Follow this up with an almond taste of Di Serono Originale, also from Italy. And there's a 1/2 part of this. This has that lovely, subtle almond scent as well as taste. And now the next ingredient is one of my favorite juices to use in a drink, and it's Ocean Spray White Cranberry Juice. And I've used this before. It's very subtle, it's smooth, it's not overly assertive like red cranberry juice. It's a great thing to smooth out the flavors, to cut that alcohol taste, and make the whole drink just be a really smooth, delicious consistency. And this is 1 part of white cranberry juice. The next ingredient is some fresh squeezed lime that I squeezed with my amazing squeezy device. Ronco, $12.95. Okay, 1/2 part of fresh squeezed lime juice. Now the final ingredient is this marvelous little bitters. It's called Scrappy's, is the name of the company that makes it. And this particular flavor is lavender. So I was imagining the peach blossoms and the almond flower the almond grows out of the tree or whatever it is, and the cranberry, all these beautiful scents going on. So I needed to have something that was going to really pop it out, and that was going to be lavender bitters. And with this, about 8 shakes is what you need. Okay, here goes. Pour this in. I wanted to do this one time like my mentor, Tess Posthumus, does. Shout out to you, Tess, in Amsterdam, door 74. She has all these pictures of her pouring drinks from way up here, and it's floating through the air, and somehow it gets in there and doesn't splash at all. I haven't been bold enough to try that yet, but one of these times I will. Okay, so the last thing we have now is the garnish, and for this we have a slice of fresh peach. So you could present this drink in two different ways, depending on how you want to present. There's one, there's the other. So here's our signature cocktail of this evening. It's called Everything's Just Peachy.